Yeah, no, guys. I see a huge problem. I see a huge problem when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs. Now, obviously, back at home, you might be asking yourself, QB2, what do you mean you see a problem? Well, to be honest with you, Wafetu, we all saw what happened with Kaizer Chiefs yesterday. Unfortunately, I could not be able to give you, my thoughts on the game exactly because I did not have electricity. It's something that happened which I was not expecting. So definitely, it was a problem. So now today, I'm here trying to talk about everything because definitely we did play. And I remember, when before it came as we had a delay nyana of about 30 minutes. It was 15 minutes, but they ended up adding another 15 minutes. And then umdlalo waqala 3:30 instead of 3. So with that, that little time that we had, we did speak, and then I told you guys it's okay. I don't know what Kaizer Chiefs is trying to do because they've introduced a different goalkeeper, which for me it was shocking because it was not like Brennan Peterson was injured or anything. So the reason or the question that I had, the biggest question that I had was the fact that okay, since we're bringing in Ntwari and then also a bench anyway for Vuma, what are we trying to do with Brennan Peterson if we are going to penalties? Because Brennan Peterson has a bit of more experience. He has saved us before. And then with Ntwari, I'm not going to talk much because now he's someone who has not been getting game time, at the club level currently, So that was his first game of the season. And Nakona was not the league game. It was the cup competition game, which obviously we went on to lose. So, that was my biggest question. Okay, what is going to happen if, something or we go to our penalties and we don't win the game? And I think but it was not something I was wishing. Like I could tell from how we lined up, and then also of how the changes were sudden. Like it was sudden. The changes that were made were sudden. I was like, okay, this doesn't make any sense to me. You understand? So definitely, maybe they are thinking it might work, but no, I don't think it's going to work. Sometimes Inkani yafuneka. Sometimes you need to use Inkani as a coach to say no. Definitely, we know we've played with those guys before. This is what we did last game so that we could win. We can try and do it again because we know how Steelers play. Bafethu, Tina, we do have those moments where we are able, and even them coming down to 10 men, but still we were not able to convert chances, to do something which is proper. But other than that, I think, with Ntwari and Ox, because both of those players, they did not want to come out when it was time to do subs for penalties. For me, I think I wouldn't blame Ox. Okay, definitely okay, maybe it was a bit wrong of him because we know he's not a great taker. I've never seen him taking a penalty or anything or Rashanje Ibola Elenetini. So I wouldn't blame him that much. But definitely coming to Ntwari, I do want to blame him, but also I do not blame him because, as I've said, we saw him being introduced and I did not understand why. But definitely the coaches have made it clear, no guys, Tina Semfage, because we made an agreement. Makfika Ikaling knockout, it's going to be his game and you are going to play. And he did tremendously well. But I think confidence was very high because definitely Umchita, made some wonderful saves. Obviously, my penalty, he did not, akazange awabambe wonke, but I think it had to do with the fact that already confidence bibanganayo kuye. You understand, him being substituted when it comes to penalties, lapho umuntu akazange consider the whole 90 minutes. Definitely now I'm sure at home you would be feeling it now, but something is not right. You understand? So with that being said, I think I will blame the coaches. I'm sure some of you currently are busy thinking, now we miss our coach Obaba. Well, it happens, but things like this happen. The dressing room currently there's a problem because definitely they feel like those coaches are just interim coaches. It's nothing more, it's a problem. It's a huge problem. I don't know how we're going to solve this problem going forward, but I'm hoping they will fix it internally. There's something or measures that have been put in place to make sure something like this doesn't happen ever again. You understand? So it should happen inside, but outside they have to protect the brand and the reputation of this big brand. So I don't know, guys. But anyways, Ntwari, I can blame Buffet too. I think he had a good game, and also Usevile at least one penalty. But then because of the confidence was not there, I was saying they did not trust him enough. Then things happened, and the only player or the two players I could blame is Solomons and Morris, especially Morris. Okay, Solomons I could understand, but Morris Buffet too. For me, I'm still saying with the coaches, I don't understand why they decided to do that. Like Joe Mangshido, the bench was different. If we had Utuba, I don't know if Bega can pension, but if we had Utuba on the bench, I think things would have been much better because we know we can trust him and he's a player that can help the team tremendously well. So, Buffet too. I'm very disappointed. To be honest, I'm very disappointed. But anyways, I don't know what to say about it too. Let's hope things are being handled internally very well. Kaizer Chiefs at Nashorena, because we still have a long way to go. And with this, they might be forced to quickly sign a new coach, and they will need a coach you understand, with the coach that is going to be respected. I understand why we've been heavily linked with Jose Rivero. He is a coach who doesn't take nonsense. He's just like and then he you understand. So I think that's the kind of coach that they need, but not necessarily Uchoze, but the mindset, the character that Uchoze has is the one that is needed just to help put the players back in line, put some fear, and make sure Tabachita they understand, Utibona, the other players and the coaches are the ones that, but other than that, we go to Mfundo Vilkazi, not Mfundo, but yes, definitely Mfundo Vilkazi naye is done tremendously well. I think he is the number one player who's created the most chances with FIFA under 20. So I don't know, guys. If the coaches at Nashorena do not see the performance that the boy is putting out there, the fact that players who are not understanding him, that was the problem. But now I think having a player like Kaizer Mayo, as I've said, despite him mixing, or missing that goal, I tape in, which was a bit of a problem. I think Mfana is going to help us. I've said I want to see, the introduction of the young players, Abo Mfundo, those young attackers playing there going forward, because I know they're going to help the team tremendously well. So definitely, if we can see Mfundo and Kaizer Mayo playing there, definitely Umchita is going to be able to get more chances, because if you have Augustin Serino, that's another thing. I think Serino came in as a late sub, and I think we needed him on that game. I think we could have won it, but it's fine. We are out. Let's just look ahead and look at what is next, because if it's so dweller on that game, it's going to be a problem. And currently it's been 5 games without the win. So we are back to the factory coach in. But let's be honest, the problem here is not with the coaches or the players. Siyazi the problem. We are really on top, for me, at least the side in Lami, because when they are being told what to do, they become arrogant and do what they think is best for the club. So Naige is best for the club. Let's see it working. Now it's a problem. They're under pressure. They will need to do something else. You understand? It's like we're not going anywhere. We are busy in the same thing. But other than that, Mduduzi Shabalala is another player who has been called again for Bafana to replace Mfana Lapana or Mfukeng. Now obviously chances are he might not get to play, but him being there, it's definitely promising. Maybe, just maybe, he would have that chance, maybe that 15 minutes, I don't know. But depending on the situation, I don't see Bafana winning this game that we are going to play. But I'm not saying that's what I want, but I'm not seeing them winning it. That's just my opinion. But anyways, we will see with time what is going to happen. I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to give you those updates, in terms of Mfundo and Mduduzi Shabalala, and then we talked a bit more about Ntwari and yesterday's game. But let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below. I believe this is it.